Okay, so we are going to look at the cryptos. Everybody, this is our weekly daily wrap. I have been trying to stick to once a week now. I want to help you guys more. I will have to figure a schedule. It's so hard, everybody, to stick to a regular schedule when you trade in the morning with your private group, when you have and own three companies and you have 5 kids. So hard to stick to a schedule on YouTube, but I enjoy it. When I come, guys, even if it's an hour a week, I enjoy doing it. So if you are engaged, I am engaged. That's the mirror effect, as I tell you all the time. So we're going to look at the cryptos. I have been look up. Let's go back to that chart I was showing you earlier on the TD platform. We are going to go to the charts. We are going to look at the weekly charts of the dollar index. Remember, the only reason why I have been attracted to cryptos long ago was because the dollar and the inflation is very real. You see this is very real, where your dollar over a period of a year have lost, right, 8 to 10%. If you go at Costco right now and you buy your avocado and your chicken bags like I do, guys, you will see, everybody, you will see that these prices on some items are up 20, 35%. You don't think it's a lot because it's $2 increase on your avocado bag from 5.90 to 7.50, but those are huge. On the other side, you have the crypto. And what has the crypto done in the same period? If you go to April, right? Look what the cryptos have done. They've gone from here about $9,000 to $41,000. Even as of today, any way you cut it, you slice it, this is 410% return versus losing your purchasing power of 20, 35%. So I like to repeat that every week because this is a key component on why you are investing in risky asset, even a small portion of your portfolio in cryptos, like I do. I used to invest 2%, then 5%, and now I'm investing 7 to 10% of my assets that I am comfortable to lose into the crypto market because they are scarce. There's only 21 million of bitcoins, and they are not making more of those, but they are making infinite supply of dollars and printing and printing and printing and sending checks and pumping the economy with crappy money that is going to be worth nothing soon. So now, what I like about all of this is some crypto projects are interesting. Now, the big red elephant in the room is this regulations. The Chinese started their regulating already. That's the big problem. So last week, I don't know where it is. See, I don't even see it. I had it prepared, and now my preparedness is gone. So if you Google the SEC crypto interview, blah, 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 this guy there was a YouTube video from the Washington Post last week on Gessler, and you will see at about 10 minutes, he's giving a little bit his take on the crypto. I urge you guys to watch that video. I don't know if I can share it in the room. I will share it with the room, but listen for a second here what he says about the crypto.
I think it's better. At the same time, I don't think technologies long last outside of a social and public policy framework. And in this case, we have to ensure for investor and consumer protection. That's what an agency like ours, the SEC, does, but also ensure other public policy goals, that people are compliant with taxes and compliant with what's called anti-money laundering and the like, and that we don't undermine the stability of the system. So I think it's better to bring it inside the public policy framework and ensure that we address these important public policy goals. But I'm sorry I interrupted you about this strong words that you were saying I had said.
No, that's not a bad phrase in my book. So let's get into the details of this. In your testimony, you said if we don't address these issues with cryptocurrencies, I worry a lot of people will get hurt. You said in your testimony last week that the SEC already has authority it needs to regulate crypto, but then, as I read your testimony, you also talked about wanting more authority to do that more properly. So tell us what you can do now with the authority you have and what you'd like to do additionally in areas that you're not now able to regulate.
So the SEC stood up in the 1930s, got a very broad remit to cover securities, and Congress decided to write this definition broadly, included 30 or 35 subparts to it. And then, of course, this sometimes gets challenged in the Supreme Courts, but as Justice Thurgood Marshall.
So long story short, everybody, listen to the interview with Gary Gensler. Bottom line, he tells you, yeah, cryptos are great, projects are great, but they are even greater if they are being controlled. They are better if there's regulations so that we make sure we pay our taxes, etc., etc. So again, control, control, control. You got to be careful because Ray Dalio last week said, if you look at the Ray Dalio article, said that it would not take much about Bitcoin to be crushed, and I'll explain why. And this is one of the tech that I have all the time that you need to be careful. So I think it was last week. He was saying blah 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 blah. Look at the Bitcoin. Ray Dalio says here, right there. So he said, if Bitcoin is really, really successful, right? I don't know what it's doing now. Blah blah blah. It's giving me a pop-up blocker. But the point in the matter, if it's really successful, right there, they have the ability to kill it. Okay? So I think now the cryptocurrency market is a $2 trillion market. I think it's a huge opportunity for taxes. And so it would not be very smart for the US to regulate. Like China crushing their crypto, their miners and everything gives a huge opportunity for the US to make a ton of money with the crypto and with taxes. And God knows if they need the taxes. So I think Ray Dalio is right in the sense that there's future contract on the crypto that they can crush and manipulate. Let me show you what I mean by that if you are not aware of future contract and how the future contract works. But if I go here on my broker right now and I do BTC, which is the futures contract on Bitcoin, which is not the Bitcoin asset, but those are the futures contract. Look what's happening right there. As of this morning, we have only traded 2,641 contracts on the Bitcoin futures contract. Do you think for 1 second that it would be extremely easy for regulators, guys, to come, right? Extremely easy for regulators to come and crush, right, the Bitcoin futures by shorting and shorting and shorting and shorting the futures. If they wanted to, any central bank that is controlled and work with brokers like BlackRock and stuff, they can crush it just with the futures. And that's always what I was afraid of. Now, that being said, I don't think they can ever surprise the entire crypto industry because the guy in Afghanistan still have crypto. The guy in Paris has Bitcoin. And so all over the world, to crush all over the world, the cryptos will be difficult. It's like crushing the entire internet. But regulations are coming, make no mistakes. They want taxes. They want to make sure it's super regulated. They want to make sure people are not evading anything with their cryptos. Now, that being said, for the past few days, cryptos have gone down. And we are going to look at support and resistance zone. We're going to start with our retail tools. Don't forget also, for everybody, we have our VIP event tomorrow night, on how to be your own boss in asset accumulations, trading. It's at 8 p.m. tomorrow. You'll guys get an email, or maybe someone from the team at one point will put a link on tomorrow's go-to event. I will try to find the link before I leave tomorrow. It's at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Whether you're in our list or not, if I give you the go-to meeting, just show up tomorrow and hopefully you'll learn a lot of good stuff. And I will show you exactly the steps, that help me, the mindset that has helped me to switch from just day trading to asset accumulation, and have helped me to make that $681,000 I was showing you, and other account multiplications of small accounts from last year. There has been mind shift, switch. You have to wonder why a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of successful people have a lot of money, but when it comes to investing, they blow up the money. They take too many risks. They don't accumulate true wealth in a consistent and systematic manner that is aligned, with your chemicals, your dopamine, your oxytocin, all of those stuff. So I'll talk about those because this is a big part of being successful in wealth accumulation and trading, is having this right. If you don't have this right, doesn't matter. I can make you win the lottery tomorrow, $400 million, and you will be like 65% of the people that blow up their lottery wins. Or like a sports athletes blow up within 2 to 5 years. 75% of the athletes blow up all their winnings because this is not right. Not right when it comes to investing. It's right when it comes to being an entrepreneur. It's right when it comes to become an athlete. It's right for you to be an executive in a company. But when it comes to investing, the programming is completely different, everybody, to be successful. A lot of people sabotage themselves in wealth accumulation. Now I'm going to show you some of the cryptos and support and resistance on the cryptos. Let's start by Bitcoin. We'll go only on one chart on the double cloud tools that I use personally from our retail side. Then we'll look also at the pro tools on some of the ETF. So let's go straight on BTC. So I told you last week, the week before, that there's a huge important level is the 44,005. Well, guess what? We are below this 44,005. So long we are below this 44,005, which is a low here, all this area of the double top middle part, we have a huge problem. It becomes resistance. Now, the second target I gave you before I left was 41,000, then 37,000. This has not changed. See, the zones here have not changed. But if we break that 37,005 target and we are not able to regain and keep the higher low, because this is everything that is happening in the markets right now, it's everywhere the same. It's on the SPY, it's on the bond. All we have everywhere is lower high, higher low triangle. If we are not keeping this lower part of the triangle on Bitcoin right now, around this 37,000, we have a huge problem because that pushes us to break the shoulder of 30,000, 29,000, which could push the crypto very, very fast in an unexpected retest of 21,600. So I repeat the zone, 21,600, 29K, right? 37K, and in between, if you want to be very, very specific, there's a 33.5. On the top, 41.5, that's where we sit as of this video, and 44.5. We regain above that 44.5, 47, it's game over, we go for new highs. Okay? This is then after you look at 65, 75K. Okay, so I hope this is helpful, guys, because this has been very accurate with the stuff that I do. Now, that being said, in my case, because I have accumulated, especially, I had 3 accounts. The account that I showed you on YouTube that grew from $1,140 to 25 times the money, plus the other 2 are 3,500 plus a 10,000. The other ones I'm not touching. I have a very good cost basis. The only thing that I'm touching on those accounts is Ethereum. If Ethereum breaks 2,500, 2,700, I'm out. I will wait for this 1,700, 1,200. If it does crack my super important 2,700 on Ethereum. Let's go on CoinMarketCap and let's go one by one, looking at some coins and especially coins that I have not talked about last week. I'm not going to repeat a lot of the ones from last week besides 1 or 2 that are attractive right now. So coin market cap, we are going to start by Ethereum, obviously. And Ethereum is at 2,800. I sold some Ethereum yesterday. The guys who have been in our buy and sell long terms know that. We've done over like around 30% return on our money, which, by the way, again, 10% better than Warren Buffett on that particular investment. Now, here's the key for Ethereum. I talked a lot about this 2,700 there. See this middle part, 2,700? If we are not able to hold this 2,700 here, we have a huge problem, right? Huge problem here. Look, we need to hold this 2,700 right there, because otherwise we are back all the way back here, all right? And that's the 1,800. And we take a risk to break it. So the two main support area coming is 2,700, 1,800. Now, I don't give a shit, excuse my French, about resistance, because all I care is buying the asset on pullback and getting paid to loan my asset at Gemini, or soon Coinbase Pro hopefully will be able to pay you that 5 to 7% rate of return, like a dividend, to own the asset. So all I'm interested is buy the asset on pullback. I'm not interested in selling. So I don't. It's not, the resistance are not even relevant unless you swing trade. And if you swing trade, then your resistance right now, so huge resistance around this 3,300 right there. Okay, that's it. That's where we are. Those are 2,700, 3,300, 1,800 on Ethereum. Next, we are going to move to Cardano, ADA. And I'm going to go very fast on this one because it's kind of a repeat of last week. It's $1.80. I'm looking at $1.80 to $1.55. So $1.80, $1.55 would be like a fantastic Christmas gift, in which I would probably buy, probably buy another 1,000 token. I'm willing to invest $1,500. If I lose it, I lose it. Invest stuff that you can afford to lose, or invest in stuff that you can afford to wait many, many years in case it crashed to 90 cents or 20 cents after that. Okay, but I like the 155, 185 Cardano. We are close. We're at 205. Next, I'm going to give you four more Matic, Compound, and half. So Matic, actually I'll do Matic, Storage, and Compound, and I'll be done. So I like the Polygon here. It keeps on dropping and dropping. I think Polygon is going to present here very, very soon an interesting buy opportunity between this middle part, 70 cents, right, and this 90 cents. I would accumulate in that zone the Polygon, the Matic, interesting project. Next, which I have not done last time, was Polkadot. So let's look at Polkadot, not OC, but Polkadot. And it's an interesting project as well. If I can find it, I think it's dot. There we go. If we don't know to spell it, we know the symbol. So you go to all times on Polkadot, and I think this is an interesting. If I could get this back around that 15, that 15.20, that's where I would buy. It would still be a higher low, it would still be a lower high triangle, but I feel this 15.20 Polkadot present an interesting opportunity. So questions, how many of those should we buy? I don't know. I'm thinking I'm not going to buy a lot. Obviously, I don't want to spend more than $500 on the project. So who knows? Maybe I'm buying 25 token. Remember, if you have 25 tokens and they go like Ethereum, which I had 192 cost basis on 2 tokens, and those 2 tokens went to 4,300, well, that changes everything for you, right? So you don't necessarily need to have a lot invested in crypto project. You need to be invested. That's it. It doesn't matter if it's 10, it's 20. You don't know which one goes to 100,000. But I like the Polkadot project, and this is one that I'm looking to enter if we have a little bit more drop in October. Now, another one I like is Storage, plus it's close to where we are here in Atlanta. So this is almost a project. I can take my car, I can drive, check it out. So if those stuff is helpful, guys, your like, comment, super appreciated. Guys, you're sleeping on YouTube. We have no new likes. If we crush 20 likes out of all the attendees today, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. So on Storage, I like it because it's a cloud project. It's a cloud project for the crypto on the blockchain. So it's like they piece out your file, then reassemble your file on a blockchain. It's an interesting project. It's here in Atlanta. Listen, I want to support that project. It's local for us here, but I want the right price for that project. So the re-entry for me is probably 60 cents to 90 cents. So 60 cents to 90 cents would be a Storage re-entry. I would buy probably a 4,000 token to 500 token and be done with it. You know, I kind of like the project. It worked for me before on pullback. Maybe I'm aggressive on the pullback that I'm looking for, but this is really a project that I like. Okay, last but not least, we're going to do Shallow. You know, Shallow, it's instead of having the difficult key, you know, to send crypto to crypto. I did a video maybe 3 months ago on Shallow when it was at $2. Shallow went to $11, then $7, now back at 5. Where Shallow would be, I would love to get back into Shallow if we could around here, like this 3 area, like this 275, 3. So I know I'm aggressive on the Shallow re-entry, but 275, 350, probably going to get some of that Shallow, and I will not invest more than 200 to 300 token. You know, it works, great. You know, like that $500, you know, that $500, you know, I have invested in my life $500 in a bunch of crap that have never worked, or I have pissed away money on stuff that never work. I figure, look, if I can buy a cryptos, 200 cryptos for $500 and keep them for the next 10, 20 years, you never know what it does. Cryptos has been very good for me. They've done very good for me this year. Stay tuned every week or in all our videos or our content videos on crypto videos that I'll do, because I'll do more videos on new project, new white papers that I'm interested in, give you support, resistance, and the way I'm entering, the amount of money I'm entering, and you'll see it's manageable, it's not crazy. It's usually between 500 to 1,000, unless I am really in love into the project, like Bitcoin or Ethereum. If they keep on retracing a lot, then I'm getting in, because it's like buying gold and silver, and so it's less risky. It's like buying an ETF. It's less risky than buying the small project. But I love the small project because when the crypto market starts going back up again from being sold off, or if there's a bear market, those little projects are doing extremely well. Okay, if that crypto segment was helpful, guys, your likes, comments, super appreciated. Most importantly, look at the video below. There's a webinar that we recorded on how to make money in the stock market, the options market, you know, understand cycle, etc., etc. If you want to understand also how, which I am known for, I trade the SPY and made $686,000 this year in 2021, sorry. Here, right there, you can see it. I am known for trading the SPY, the SPX, and the indices. Okay, and so hopefully that was helpful. We'll see you on the next video, the crypto guys.